Hi, it's Julie from the Scrappy Tree, and today I'm going to show you a little bit of a technique using that Versamark ink, and we're going to emboss and do a resist. Last time we embossed and we did a Valentine card, and we just used clear embossing powder, and today we're going to do embossing on a white piece of paper, and then we're going to kind of fill it in. We're going to fill it in with some color. So first thing, I'm using the same Hero Arts Hexagon background stamp. And I got my stamp press here. Okay. And what I would do, I try to save some time, so I've done part of this, but I inked it all up with the Versamark. Then I took my white paper, stamped it on. At that point you would have a wet paper with the ink. And then I used my clear embossing powder and I sprinkled that on, got it all off, did a couple flicks for good measure, and then I heated it with my heat gun. What's left is the result of those actions. I don't know if you can see, kind of it's shiny. There we go, we can kind of see that. Okay, so we got some shine there. So it's been embossed now. So what we want to do is to make that resist some color and just kind of give us a little pop. And we're going to make a little teeny card. Excuse me, camera lady. Okay, I'm reaching right in front of my camera girl. Okay, I'm using Faber-Castell gelatos, and I am using a blue cotton candy one. And these are just kind of a neat little, they're almost like a chapstick. And what I'm going to do, it's a pigment stick, but it kind of goes on like you would imagine chapstick would if you were coloring all over something. Okay, so I just kind of went over part of my image with the gelato. And then I use my fingers and I rub it in. Now, you can leave it as is if you'd like. You know, if you like a lot of color. What I'm going to do, take a little mini mister, and I'm going to make sure I don't spray myself. Okay, I'm going to give it a couple of sprays. Just kind of do that. I kind of smear it a little so it gets watery. Gelatos, I'll wipe it off a little. Okay, gelatos will be, once they're dry, they are permanent color. And they're really nice to use with mixed media, and we'll do some of that later too. But for today, we're just emboss resisting. So if you can tell, my color from the gelato went and filled in all the spaces around that embossed area. Okay, and what I'm going to do now, because I kind of wanted to make a little element out of it. And I'm just going to move a couple of things out of my way here real quick and bring in my Cuttlebug. And if you don't have one of these, they're really great. I'm going to be using a Nestability butterfly. This is the medium-sized butterfly. There was a set of 3. And what I'm going to do, I start with my base plate, my B plate, my die, and my paper. Put my C plate on, crank it through, and I have my butterfly. You can tell it's got the color, it's embossed. Okay, I'm going to get that out of the way. So again, that was just using a gelato for color. Get our butterfly here. Okay, so we're going to get back to our paper. I'm just going to make a little small card. And I have some of our pieces already kind of done here. But I started out with I literally had this scrap white paper, and it folds down to about, let's see, going to be about 3.5 inches by about 5 inches folded. Then I used some of the My Mind's Eye Follow Your Heart paper. Beautiful, super cute paper. And we're going to assemble our card and put it together now. I just cut down a block, a little panel to fit on there. Let's see, this is a new, I got a new bottle of glue here. Bear with me, camera girl is going to film that there. Okay, I have a new bottle of Beacon 3-in-1 here that I didn't realize wasn't open yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put my little glue in my corners and a little bit for good measure all over because I do like glue. Okay, place it down on my card here. Smooth it out. Okay. Next, I do want to kind of think about what kind of card I want to make. I cut some other scraps of paper, and we're going to use those on this card as well. But I have a few stamps. This is a Papertrey Ink collection of multiple sentiments. Camera Girl, which is my lovely daughter Debbie, what kind of card should we make? Tell me which sentiment I should use.
Maybe the hello friend.
Hello friend, okay. So we're going to use hello friend. Good thinking. Okay. And I'm going to stamp on my yellow paper here. And I chose this because I thought it kind of mimicked the hexagons on this. Okay, we're just going to use stamp press again. And we're going to use Hero Art Shadow Ink Charcoal Mid-Tone. I really like the grays. So this charcoal ink is really nice. Got a little extra there we don't need. Okay. Then I am going to try and get it even here. Okay, hello friend. All right, and what I'm going to do is put that on top of my kind of deeper bluish green paper. So again, just using a little bit of the 3-in-1 glue. Again, I mentioned this in another video, but I really like this glue. At first I thought, oh, I wouldn't put glue on paper, you know, it's going to warp. But this glue does not warp, and it doesn't really smell terrible. It's got a smell to it, but I don't know, it doesn't smell as bad as like zip dry. To me, smells horrible. So I wouldn't use that. Okay. Then I think I'm going to just put it on my main panel like that. So again, a little more glue. Glue open out. Take care of that. Okay. And what I did also was I punched out using this rather enormous punch. The circle isn't really as big as the whole punch looks, but I used that and punched out a yellow circle. And I'm going to use a little Color Box Harbor Pigment ink. Just a little bit to make the circle pop a little bit. This is a really kind of quick card to do, actually. Okay. So I am going to glue that on. And this does have like a print to it, so again, when you're doing anything like with a print, try to make it so, you know, it's actually the right direction, the words are the right way. Believe me, I've made mistakes before and I have not had it correct. And then I felt like, oh, my whole project's ruined. But, okay. Now, we got our little butterfly with the embossed resist. And I think we're just going to use another little piece of that as the center. So I'm just going to kind of hold it in place. Right a bit over here. Try and do a little cutting here. Using my Cuttlebug scissors. We'll see here how it goes. Okay. So it's just basically going to act as our middle. I'm just kind of fluffing up her wings a little. Okay. Now I also thought that maybe I would ink this butterfly as well a little bit with the Harbor ink from Cuttlebug. Just going to add a little bit of that to the wing edges. Get in there the best I can. The ink looks really nice too on the Versamark. Okay, so I'm going to also take a little bit of the Scotch quick dry adhesive, put a little bit, get it going here, a little bit on there, hopefully not too much, I did squeeze a lot. Okay, that is my butterfly center. I'm going to take some pop-ups, some pop-up foam squares. Take 2 of them here. Oh, 2 won't quite fit. Let's do 1.5. Okay. Take off the backing. Put that down. And then that is a very quick card using embossed resist on the butterfly, Faber-Castell gelatos, some ink, glue, paper. We're all set. And a nice little friendly greeting from Papertrey Ink. All right, thanks for joining me.